You're watching ABC 7 News at 4, starting with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. A cold front, yes indeed, has moved through. You all know that because we had some clouds, some very light rainfall at times, and blustery wind conditions out of the northwest, cooling things down considerably here along the Sun Coast. This is it. This is the break from the summer heat that we've had over the past few days. Record-breaking yesterday, different story for us tonight. Here's Lakewood Ranch. We started off with some sunshine this morning in some places. Lakewood Ranch showing that. Then the clouds moved in along with the front and a few light rain showers. Those kind of lingering up until about 1 o'clock. And then now we're just getting that stratified area of clouds moving overhead. Those clouds will clear, and that will allow that temperature to plummet tonight and 20 degrees colder than we've seen over the past couple of mornings. Current conditions, it's 69 degrees right now. We still have those low clouds around. Winds are brisk out of the northwest at 17. The pressure at 30.02 inches. But look at that dew point. That's what's so nice. In the mid-50s right now, and those will continue to drop. Winds right now sustained 23 out of the west-northwest at Anna Maria, and a little bit stronger as well in Manasota Beach, Venice at 20, Inglewood at 20 as well. Well, the forecast winds will stay out of the north, too, throughout the overnight hours, and that will usher in some of the coldest air of the season for us to start things off. And again, looks as though we will see temperatures right now 69, but look at this, 50 in Pensacola, 45 in Tallahassee at this hour. We are looking at low temperatures tonight into the upper 40s in some places. Details and all that coming up in just a few minutes. Jacqueline, Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to our top story. The statewide election recount process has officially ended for the Florida governor, senator, and agriculture commissioner races.
ABC 7's Jackie Kelly spoke with both Manatee and Sarasota County Supervisor of Elections and tell us how those recounts went. Jackie?
Scott, Jacqueline, both Sarasota and Manatee counties say that they finished up their machine recount yesterday. Now, while the numbers varied from Election Day slightly, the overall winner stayed the same in both counties. So that means Scott won for Senator, DeSantis won for Governor, and Caldwell won for Commissioner of Agriculture in these two counties. Now, Sarasota County Supervisor of Elections tells me if after receiving the statewide recount results today, if any races are within a 0.25% margin, a manual count will begin. Now stay tuned because at 6 we'll talk about how Sarasota County is preparing for that possible manual recount. Back to you guys.
All right, Jackie, thank you. ABC 7 spoke with a Suncoast political historian about the chance of recounts changing the results. Mark Weston has written several books on politics. We asked if he thought incumbent Senator Bill Nelson could overcome the original 39,000 vote deficit to overtake Rick Scott in the race for Senate.
Just shows what a bellwether state Florida is. This is an evenly divided nation, and this is an evenly divided state. I think it's because people in Florida come from everywhere else.
Weston says while he does not believe there will be enough votes to change the overall result, he's not ruling out the possibility. In other news, a homicide investigation is underway after a body is found on fire in Mayaca City. A resident spotted the body on MJ Road near State Road 70 after 11 o'clock last night. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is now following several leads to try to figure out who the victim is and how the body got there. Investigators say all they know about the victim is that it's a black man, possibly in his late teens or early 20s. It's likely going to take a few days for deputies to identify the victim because of how burned the body is.
Not a heavily populated road, so someone may have been looking at this as a good location to leave a body.
Coming up at 5, we'll show you the area where the body was found and how off the beaten path it is. Jacqueline joins us now with how a dream vacation turns into a death investigation on board a cruise ship from Florida. Jacqueline.
Scott, that's right. The FBI is now investigating after an American woman on board a Princess cruise ship died on Tuesday. The ship was on a 7-day cruise from Fort Lauderdale to Aruba. According to reports, the 52-year-old woman plunged off an upper deck after struggling with a man who was choking her. Princess Cruise Line has since released a statement saying, quote, the ship is expected to return to South Florida on Saturday. Police in Aruba are also launching a full investigation as well. Well, the remarkable story of the homeless man who used his last $20 to help a stranded motorist may have been just that, a story. Last November, Kate McClure and Mark D'Amico set up a GoFundMe page for Johnny Bobbitt, a homeless man who McClure said gave her his last $20 so she could fill up her gas tank after her car broke down near Philadelphia. Thousands of people were so moved by that story, and those donations soared to $400,000.
We were thinking, what if we started a GoFundMe for this guy just to get him, to get him off of the streets even for a weekend.
But now it seems it was all just a ruse. Philadelphia prosecutors say they will charge Bobbitt, McClure, and D'Amico with concocting the story as part of a get-rich-quick scheme. Now to new major developments in the case of murdered Washington Post writer Jamal Khashoggi. Saudi Arabia's top prosecutors say they are seeking the death penalty for 5 of the 11 people accused in his death. But still, so many questions remain, including the role of the Saudi crown prince. In a press conference today, Saudi officials claimed an unnamed man ordered that operation, but they insist that man is not the crown prince. The whereabouts of Khashoggi's remains are also still a mystery. The latest story is being met with continued skepticism by Turkey's foreign minister, who said the latest, most recent explanation is not quite satisfactory. Now let's send it back to Scott with the future of a proposed project at the corner of US 41 and Stickney Point Road. Scott?
Well, Jacqueline, for the last 10 years, that property has sat vacant, but that may soon be changing. Benderson Development meeting with Sarasota County's Planning Commission to talk about plans to bring a major retail, housing, and hotel space to that site. If it's approved, it will be known as Siesta Promenade. Benderson believes it will create over 250 jobs and $10 million in tax revenues. Some are excited about those plans, but others say they're concerned it will only create more problems getting onto nearby Siesta Key.
I'm concerned that with the additional development, which we're not stopping what they are allowed to do, but the substantial increase they're looking for is going to add so much traffic onto the Key that it's going to be hard for me to get off and on the Key. And God forbid there is an emergency.
The Planning Commission meeting gets underway in less than an hour from now at 5 o'clock. After that, the next time Benderson will meet with the county will be December 12th. Thanksgiving is a week from today, and efforts are underway to make sure everyone has a hot holiday meal. Today, a team at Hendrick Honda of Bradenton gave out more than 100 meals to those who could not afford it otherwise. A lot of that food was donated by the employees of the dealership, the rest by the Manatee County Food Bank.
We're a successful, award-winning dealership, and the only way we can do that is be involved in the community. Mr. Hendrick makes it one of his top priorities that we give back to those that give to us.
Included in the food handed out today, fresh fruits, vegetables, and of course, the turkeys. An effort is also underway to help homeless pets find good homes for the holidays and beyond. Manatee County Animal Services waiving all dog and cat adoption fees through November 30th. That means adopters will only have to pay the $15 licensing fee the county requires. Animal Services staff say they take in about 15 animals each day this time of year. Coming up, with a dramatic rise in vaping among high school students, how the FDA is looking to regulate the smoking industry. Plus, where you're allowed to ride your bike may soon be changing, what a proposed bike ban in downtown Venice covers. Coming up next.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/conservation.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
They are the greatest fighting force the world has ever seen. But what does it take to bridge the distance and keep them connected to family, home, and country? What does it take to strengthen our service members so they can be the greatest force for good in the world? It takes a force. Be a force behind the forces. Give today at force.uso.org.
Each day, researchers make discoveries that bring us closer to the moment when all cancer patients can become survivors. Their progress is made possible with the help of clinical trials. Clinical trials are the brightest torch researchers have to light their way towards better treatments. And if you've been diagnosed with cancer, they may be your brightest ray of hope. Speak with your doctor and visit standuptocancer.org/clinical trials to learn more. Together, we can stand up for all of us.
Know your land, know your prey.
What are we doing?
Saturdays at 5:30 and Sundays at 2 on the ABC7 live stream. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
The beautification project continues in downtown Venice. Today, crews finishing the paving of the westbound lanes of Venice Avenue. However, Venice City Council has made a few changes in the way the new sidewalks will be used once all of the construction is complete. ABC7's Rebecca Fernandez joins us live now from downtown Venice with these latest regulations. Rebecca?
Scott, well, all of West Venice Avenue is scheduled to be completed by Thanksgiving next week, and these roads being the main heart of downtown Venice, they are hoping that these sidewalks will now be used for a different purpose. Along with the new roads, the beautification project brought in brand new sidewalks, and this is where the changes will occur. The City of Venice will be marking off a 2 feet of clearance from the curb of the street and a 4-foot wide pedestrian walkway. This means that any restaurant that uses downtown sidewalks for table space will have to readjust their seating. City Council is also restricting bicycles on the sidewalks of Tampa, Venice, and Miami Avenues in downtown. They say these two ordinances have always been in place, but this time they would be closely monitored by code enforcement officers.
Very difficult without markings on the pavement to be able to tell if they were leaving the required space open or not. So I think it's a safety feature. Safety for both pedestrians, safety for the diners as well, and for the automobiles.
These two ordinances will be voted on once again at the next City Council meeting on November 27. Live in Venice, Rebecca Fernandez, ABC7, your Suncoast News. Back to you guys.
All right, Rebecca, thank you so much. Venice also taking a final step this week towards creating a park within city limits that's off limits to any future development. City Council approving the rezoning of 77 acres of the northern area of Wellfield Park, now formerly called Pine Brook Park Nature Trail. The area is now restricted from governmental use. It was the final step necessary to keep the property protected. Let's get to Jacqueline now in the newsroom for a look at what's trending today.
Scott, a traffic stop in Arkansas Sunday turned into a terrifying shootout, and the whole thing was all caught on dash cam video. Take a look. When this driver was pulled over, he opened his car door and started firing. That shootout lasting nearly a minute. The man took off but later surrendered after another shootout with officers. Amazingly, no officers were injured, but the suspect was treated for a minor wound. The sheriff's office released the dash cam video along with video of that bullet-ridden patrol vehicle. The suspect, Luis Cobos Zenobio, now faces 8 charges, including attempted capital murder. Now to a Florida Turnpike wreck involving a school bus. Take a look. Just look at this aerial video out of St. Cloud, Florida. That's just south of Orlando. We are now learning that there were no children on the bus at the time. However, there were 10 adults. The adults all suffered a few minor injuries. The Florida Highway Patrol says that the driver had tried to make a U-turn when it then collided with a semi-truck. Well, Scott joins us now with new regulations in the fight against the teen vaping epidemic. Scott.
Jacqueline, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is proposing new measures to regulate flavored nicotine products after a dramatic rise in vaping among high schoolers. The FDA reports e-cigarette use increased 78% among high school students and 48% among middle school students over the last year. So the agency is proposing tougher policies against flavored e-cigarette products. These proposals could ultimately prompt their removal from shelves and websites that are accessible to minors. Mint, menthol, and tobacco flavors are not included in the proposed changes. You can learn more about the science behind red tide at a panel discussion tonight in North Sarasota. The county's Extension Service has lined up a panel of experts to discuss topics like stormwater management, climate change, blue-green algae, and the misconceptions about the role of Lake Okeechobee in our current outbreak. It's tonight at Ringling College of Art and Design's auditorium from 6 to 7:30. Let's get now to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for more on our cool down. Bob?
Yeah, it's a different story out on the beaches right now. Get a look. This is the start from 10 o'clock this morning. You can see the high surf at Holmes Beach and the clouds and occasionally some light rainfall. Not a lot of people out there enjoying the beach weather today as a result of that cold front that pushed on through and ushered in the coldest day of the season thus far. We're going to see highs tomorrow only get into the mid to upper 60s for highs tomorrow. And it looks as though we're starting to see some clearing off in the distance. That will allow, once those clouds move south, the skies to clear out, and we'll start to see temperatures drop significantly once the sun goes below the horizon. Chilly night ahead, and we are looking for sunshine. That'll be returning on Friday. Plenty of sunshine, but with that north wind continuing, it's not going to warm up all that much. So it'll be some cold air advection, we call it. And then a nice weekend. We're anticipating temperatures to gradually warm up on Saturday. Should be nice, back in the mid-70s, and Sunday back into the upper 70s. So a quick turnaround, but we're not going to go back into the mid to upper 80s anytime soon. So we're going to stay in this kind of cool pattern at least, considering what we've had over the past several weeks. The forecast tonight, 62 degrees at 11 o'clock tonight. We'll have some clouds still thinning out a bit, but generally fair skies at 11 o'clock. Boy, a big storm associated with this cold front is the nor'easter, which is causing all sorts of headaches with folks being not going to school today in places like Illinois and parts of Ohio, and there's freezing rain there as well. And now that snow is up into the northern New England states from Maine through Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, all the way down into Pennsylvania. And Connecticut also getting some of that snow. It's staying away from New Jersey in terms of the snow, but right now that's a winter storm warning, the area you see in pink right there. Well, that cold front that came through again overnight, we had a few showers. A cold front actually back here took its time getting through and brought us some light rainfall throughout the early morning hours, and all this heavy rain that you saw there really avoided us for the most part. And then the actual front is still pushing to the southeast right now. There's still a chance to get some light rain from these low-hanging clouds right now, but not a lot of measurable precipitation expected through the next couple of hours. So these are the look at the temperatures right now. 45 in Tallahassee. It's 57 in Jacksonville. Temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s across the region right now. It's 68 in Cortez. Look at the water temperature. It's already dropped 2 degrees in just the last 12 hours. 69 in Mayaca City and Northport at 71. Overnight lows tonight will be in the low 50s to mid 50s if you live right on the water. Away from the water, right around 50 degrees or so. Even some upper 40s expected in places like Northport, Wauchula, also into Arcadia. 48 degrees, Sebring right around 49. That's what we'll see starting off the day on Friday. And temperatures are not going to warm up all that much. Get a look at them. We'll be in the low 50s by 8 o'clock, but still into the mid 60s. Lots of sunshine tomorrow. You'll see plenty of that, and high temperatures mid to upper 60s across the area. And as far as the temperature forecast goes, I said we'll start off into the 50s here right near the water. 30s in Tallahassee, 38 degrees there to start the morning off. Tomorrow, 47 in Orlando. Will warm up only into the low 60s by noon, so keep that in mind if you're dressing the kids up to go to school tomorrow. Even at recess and for lunch, it's going to be still pretty cool out there. High temperatures into the mid to upper 60s, and then to start things off on Saturday, even colder, but it won't be as windy. It'll be 49 degrees, even close to the water there. Now, as far as the forecast goes, we're looking at lots of sunshine over the weekend, and that's a result of a large dome of high pressure which will settle in. That dome of high pressure will stay with us, but indications are that Thanksgiving looks good, but by Black Friday we may see a storm moving through and bring us a chance to rain. Long way off, but a lot can happen, but it has been kind of hinting at that over the past couple of runs. Caution for boaters tomorrow. North winds at 15 knots. Seas will be 3 to 5 feet, and there'll be a moderate chop in the bays and inland waters. The extended forecast then. Cool weather tomorrow, and it looks as though we'll see highs into the 60s there, and then mid 70s on into Saturday. Sunday looks pretty warm, 79 degrees. That's right around average for this time of year. And we stay in the mid to upper 70s right through Thanksgiving. Be sure to download our ABC 7 new and official weather app. First Alert weather app, that is. It alerts you to any kind of warnings that may be going on. And this particular winter season, I know a lot of people are visiting now or coming back down for their winter stay. Remember, this is going to be a pretty active, not tropical, but severe thunderstorm season due to El Nino. That's still going to be in effect throughout the winter months.
Okay. Well, today marks 1 week since the Camp and the Woolsey fires began burning in California. And in Southern California, people who lost their homes to that Woolsey fire are beginning now to pick up the pieces.
I'm at peace with it. So, and I have an army of amazing people behind me to get my feet back together and start over again. So I just feel awfully lucky.
Well, at the campfire, the focus is shifting to more than 100 people still unaccounted for. The death toll now is up to at least 56 people. The National Guard is helping in the search, sifting through debris and turning over rubble, looking for bodies.
Well, the majority of the missing are from Paradise. That's a Northern California town, but all but wiped now from the face of the earth. Now, Bob, you showed us the nor'easter up further to our north, and here on the Suncoast, no chance for snow, but some of the country, millions in fact, woke up to a winter wonderland today. Drivers facing rain, sleet, and snow. This is scenes from St. Louis. They also saw snow in Washington, even New York City, and the snow creating some hazardous road conditions.
But it's not all that bad, right? You take a look at this video from St. Louis. Some people are taking advantage of the snow to practice their snowboarding. I know some of the schools are off too in some areas, and they're enjoying that day off from school. That's one of the things I miss about the snow is the day off from school. All right.
Unless you had to make it up later.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, Bob. Still to come, if you were to describe 2018 in one word, what would it be? Oxford Dictionary's Word of the Year coming up next.
Linda Carson from Suncoast View. Coming up Friday morning live at 9, an 81-year-old author with all the zip and zing of a 30-year-old introduces her latest thriller. Darlene Quinn unveils her new book and shares her secrets of defying age and reaching the top. An expert tells us how to choose a financial advisor who'll make our money grow, and Evoke at the Westin is in the kitchen. All that's coming up live Friday morning at 9.
Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Happy Honda Days are here, and you're gonna like the holiday clearance savings. Save on the Accord, on sale for just $249 a month. That's the North American car of the year for less than the competition. Our most impressive Honda ever, on clearance for only $249 a month, loaded with more options, including a turbocharged engine and Honda Sensing. Do not miss these Honda clearance savings this week at your local Honda dealer.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
This weekend on the ABC 7 live stream.
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
So what one word sums up 2018? Well, according to Oxford dictionaries, it's toxic. That's the word the British publisher picked as its word of the year. Toxic is literally defined as poisonous, but Oxford says this year the word has been used to describe numerous situations and concerns. There have been articles about toxic workplaces, toxic relationships, even so-called toxic masculinity, whatever that is. Toxic is a word that's been around for centuries, unlike 2017's word of the year, youthquake. All right, Jacqueline's back in the newsroom with a look at some of the other stories we're working on for you tonight.
Scott, a burning body found in Mayaca City overnight. Coming up at 5, we'll show you the remote area where someone came across that scene and what homicide detectives know so far tonight. And at 6, with colder weather on the way, how you can crank up the heat without creating a fire risk. And at 7, a new deadline for mismatched signatures on vote-by-mail ballots. And the latest on the midterm recount. We'll talk what all this means for voters. Well, let's check back in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a final look at your 4 o'clock forecast. Bob?
Yeah, and speaking of those space heaters, a lot of your heaters will be kicking on during the morning hours. And remember, there's a lot of dust on those coils if you have that kind of heater. And that will be burning up and you'll smell that. So again, mostly cloudy skies. It will be breezy for the beach walk. It's not going to look like this. We'll see some sunshine though as the clouds are starting to clear and head south. Sunset will be at 5:39. It will be a bit breezy out there too. West to northwest winds at 15. It's 69 degrees right now and the dew point temperatures really dropped down to 59. That's going to continue to go lower through the overnight. We'll have more in the forecast coming up at 5. Scott?
Bob, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us at 4. We'll see you again in about 30 minutes.
Time at every Gettle location. Over 3,000 new vehicles, over 1,000 used vehicles on clearance right now at Gettle.com. And Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Get credit help, fast cash for your car, and year-end clearance prices right now at a Gettle dealership near you. Gettle's got it. At Gettle.com.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value and great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Don't allow your weight to threaten your health or control your future. Excess weight, or obesity, can cause emotional and physical health risks. But you can take control. The Your Weight Matters campaign offers free resources and tips to help you measure and understand your weight. Take the Your Weight Matters Challenge. The free toolkit prepares you to speak with a healthcare provider about your weight. Your weight does matter. Take the challenge and take control today.
Growing up, my mom was afraid of the water, something she did not want me to feel.
So I enrolled Missy in swim lessons.
It changed my life.
Missy Franklin.
And now you can do the same for someone that you love.
There's nothing more precious than your child's well-being.
So act now, before it's too late.
Make us swim! I'm glad I did.
Thanks, Mom. Visit usaswimmingfoundation.org to find, get, or give a swim lesson.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app now.